Folks, hello and welcome to a special Talking Crit. I am Eric Tenkar. Below me is Bad Mike Battleletto, and we have interesting news to give you. And
Fresh,
yeah,
fresh from Ghostbusters.
yeah, listen, we have a lot of questions, and we can't answer all your questions, but we're certainly going to give you many questions that are going to be like,
This is hilarious. And Eric and I just had a 30-minute conversation and thought, why not just make this into a show? Because
yeah.
it was so amazing that we're just like, did we miss something? So we're gonna throw this to you, the audience, and tell us what did we miss here because it doesn't make any sense.
So here's the deal. Just a little recap. Uh, TSR3, new TSR, TSR cubed, whatever you want to fucking call these guys. They are suing Wizards of the Coast for being bullies. Oh no, they're suing Wizards of the Coast over trademarks. Okay,
Supposedly,
and they,
yeah,
and they're doing an Indiegogo to raise funds for such,
right.
and it's raised over I think $1,600 now or something like that. They're making a little money on this. So I figured, let me look at the status of these trademarks that they are fighting over. So the first one, the biggest one, I think, is Star Frontiers.
Mm-hmm.
Star Frontiers, notice of allowance issued as of 6/22/2021. Now, let me explain what that means. It means there has not been an update since 6/22/2021, which means at 6 months after 6/22/2021, which means look at that. I guess on the 23rd. So 2 weeks from today, as we record this on December 9th,
Uh huh.
2021, um, they will have not have responded to the notice of allowance and will not have issued the statement of use, which is what they asked for, and they will have abandoned the trademark. Which, by the way, guess what? That's the same spot where um, another company which has a hat that might be purple uh,
It could be evil. You never
could
know.
be evil. Oh, the
Uh-huh.
hair was purple. My bad.
Yeah,
Um,
the hat was just evil.
the hat's evil, but the hair is purple.
Right.
That's where they abandoned Star Frontiers. Coincidentally, so in 2 weeks, if nothing happens, this trademark is gone. Right? It's no longer claimed by TSR. Except maybe it is, because on August 24th, 2021, they filed for it under, I believe, card games. They're looking to
Okay.
a new application for card games, playing card games, accessories. So maybe you'll find a Star Frontiers collectible card game. I guess that wouldn't be
It'd
a
be
violation.
something. I mean, it's
It
something
would
more than
certainly
they've
be a
done.
different category. Because you can trademark uh, names, words, titles in categories that are different than where they are otherwise
Mhm.
categorized. TSR itself is trademarked numerous different ways, not just for games. So let's move
Right.
on. Look at the wizard. Now, the wizard is one of the things that they trademarked, and it says 8/17 it was registered, which is great. But when you scroll down, September 7th, 2021, surrender received, which means they gave up this trademark. This is one of the ones I believe they are defending, by the way, and in this lawsuit. But they gave it up back in September. Okay, we'll move on. Oh, look at this one. The Dragon Medallion.
Mm-hmm.
Abandoned 7/28/21.
Mm.
So that's no longer an issue, right? Well, I guess
Okay.
we got it. All right, we'll move on. Cancellation pending 12/7 for the Game Wizards, the uh, Man in the Moon.
Right.
Okay, all right. So, but I mean, that has to be it, right? Oh, Blackmore. Oh God, Blackmore, right? That was
Hmm.
a big deal. Remember, they actually used the
Yep.
art from Blackmore for the
Oh yeah, the
TSR
castle.
con.
Yeah.
Abandoned 8/18/2021. All right, so I guess they aren't fighting for that one anymore.
Hmm.
Oh well, all right. Well, the
Oh, the
TSR
cool
logo.
TSR. Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
the one that looks like the OSR logo that we've been
Hmm.
using, right? Uh, it says registered 8/17. So we'll scroll down. And look at that, September 7th. What does it say? Surrender received.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So I guess that one's no longer valid. 8/19/2021. This is the kicker, folks. This is the one that makes me smile, and it really makes me sad for TSR2. Apparently, the great minds over at TSR3 forgot to actually register a trademark for TSR, the actual 3 letters.
They
They
were so
didn't.
busy grabbing old trademarks,
Right, we're
they
so busy
didn't. Yeah.
grabbing these graphical trademarks that might have copyright issues that we forgot to actually grab TSR. So they grabbed that one or attempted to file for it on August 19th of this year.
Wow.
So before we finish this one out, okay. So the Lizard Man logo. This is the Greg Bell Lizard Man.
Mhm.
There's been great discussions on this. This one actually is registered, not abandoned. And I've been told that it was a point to make sure this remained in Greg Bell's family's possession, which is great. However, this isn't Greg Bell's logo.
It's a redraw.
It's a redraw by Ed D. So it didn't
Jeff.
retain possession.
So
And by
Jeff.
the
So
way,
this one of the pieces of work that Jeff D did for him before he
right
announced
before
him
he
and
said,
said,
I am not a member of your staff. Please
yeah.
don't try to sell me as such." I believe that Blackmore was abandoned, and the intentions, as I understand it, it was to be given to Dave Arneson's heirs. But obviously, it hasn't been. They haven't filed for it, as far as the records at Trademark Elite show. So, and I'm smiling on this one. Why the fuck? Excuse my French, but I will say this again. Why the fuck has TSR3 filed a suit over trademarks that, for the most part, it's abandoned and said we don't
How
want?
hard would it have been for them to renew all this, especially if they were going to do a lawsuit anyway? Doesn't it make sense to spend a couple $100 to renew all these
They
things?
did,
Because
Mike. Here's the thing: they actually spent the money on these. They filed, and then after getting approved, because some of these say, um, like here, hold on a second, that was recent. So the TSR Game Wizards, that was approved. That is a cancellation. Now that might, I don't know if that's a cancellation from Wizards of the Coast because that just happened. But here, the Wizard, it was registered as of August 17th, and then 3 weeks later, on the 7th of September, it was surrendered. It means they did everything. They did everything. They got possession, and then they said, "Oh, geez, hot potato, we don't want it." I don't. Do I understand why? No. I would
well,
love for a trademark attorney to pipe in on this because uh, neither Mike nor I are anywhere near attorneys, let alone
we've read a few
IP
on
person.
Twitter and other social media that say their IP or trademark and they've talked about it, but that's close as we've gotten. We don't,
Yeah,
and this is not something we know anything about, but we trust what we read from other people, and other people are absolutely baffled by this lawsuit. They're absolutely like,
they're going to
what?
be more baffled by it now because they're
Uh-huh.
fighting over trademarks that they've abandoned or canceled. So
Right.
now the question becomes, since they're again, I'm speaking as a layman, they have filed a suit over these trademarks, asking for a summary judgment. Basically, they're asking for the court to say you own these trademarks when they've already
Right.
given them up. So it's almost like a preemptive strike. Like, we know Wizards of the Coast is going to sue us and hurt us bad over this, but if we can get the court to rule they belong to us, maybe this is the Hail Mary throw. I don't know. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I mean all that stuff doesn't make sense, but that especially does. There's if you're going to file a lawsuit, why on earth wouldn't you renew the copyrights for something that you're supposedly fighting for? And here's the deal. So, I mean, if you look at it cynically, you can say, okay, well, this is just they don't really care about the trademarks. This is about a money grab, and they're they're gonna keep soliciting on Indiegogo and say, hey, and they've got this supposedly this dungeon crawl board game coming out for $50 pre-order, and they're going to just use this to like, man, help us against these evil guys at WotC. They're just really screwing us over. And because of them, we're going to lose money. But there's so many other ways to make money in this business that just doesn't make sense to me. It's like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, okay, this can't be it, right? This can't be it.
Like you said before we dropped into this and did this recording, grab Osric, get an old time, get Ernie to write.
Get Ernie and Jeff. Say, Ernie, Jeff, write a 34-page module. I don't care what it's about, and use the Osric rule set, or have it transferred to Osric, which is basically first edition D&D.
Right.
Slap a have Jeff D or somebody slap a cover on it. Print 500 copies. Sell them for $25 a piece. Boom, you're rich. What? Why work so hard for pennies when it's not that hard to work for dimes? You could have made so much more money, and then slap the big old TSR logo, one of your TSR logos on that. Just slap that logo right on.
Well, obviously they've abandoned all their logos, so what do they have left? Slap the Lizard Man on it, all right, or make
slap the Lizard Man logo on there, and then there you go. You got something that's going to sell hundreds of copies right there for, like I said, put $25 on it. I don't know, put $50. I don't think you'd sell as many, but you'd sell some to the idiots who are giving to Indiegogo right now. I don't get it, because that's a sure. Maybe they need to hire us, Eric, to figure out how to make money. This is how you make money, and this is an easy way to make money, and it wouldn't have cost all this time and trouble.
You have the creative names. You don't have to scam. Here's where my brain has the issue. You don't have to scam to make money off the gaming community. You just have to produce content, preferably good content.
Right. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be good content. It has to be content that they would want, like something like a module written by Jeff Leeson and Ernie Gygax, or at least it has their name on the cover, and then it has a cover by Jeff D or whoever. Yeah. People will buy that, and especially when you tell them it's a limited edition and there's only X amount of copies. And I mean, there's tons of ways to make money that way. It's not hard.
No. But instead, you're running an Indiegogo to raise money to defend trademarks you've already abandoned or canceled or given up, or haven't even bothered to give a statement of use on, and will, oh my God, rot on the vine in 2 weeks. I don't understand. There is something I'm missing. There has to be.
There has to be. This is just, they're either the dumbest humans alive, or we're just missing something really obvious in front of our face, or they're the dumbest humans alive, which either possibility is.
Yeah, I could be the dumbest human alive. It could be like, dude, don't you understand that if we do this and it gets down to the last day we renew it, we happen to fuck Wizards of the Coast out of their IP. I could seriously be wrong. I just don't see it, man. And I'm trying to see it. I had a discussion with somebody else earlier tonight, and they were like, "Listen, I want TSR to mean something, and something good like it used to mean." And I was like, I want that too.
And well, that's not happening here, but yeah, I'd love to see that happen also. But that's not happening here at all.
And
they're I mean, instead of working for a buck and saying, "Hey, let's have Ernie write a short adventure or something for Osric," they'd rather just obfuscate and say, "Well, we're just getting beat up by WotC. That mean evil WotC is coming here and kicking us around. They're being really ugly and mean to us."
Yeah, they're claiming
evil WotC,
that we've already given up. We've already given up claim on them, but they're claiming them, so we need to defend against them. What the fuck?
There's something we're missing. Like I said, hey, you heard from Lanasa today, though, right? I mean, Lanasa contacted you.
Lanasa gave me the link to the clownfish video, which I have not had a chance to
I watched it.
watch.
Oh dear. So imagine a guy who doesn't really know gaming very well, but knows the major kind of names. Who is basically, I got the impression, watch that video, he was reading the story as he's commenting on the story. In other words, he
Oh,
really
that's
doesn't
what
know
I
what's
do.
going on.
I don't prep anything. Fuck.
Right. He's like got zero prep here. Zero prep. He's just kind of throwing out stuff. At one point, I think one sentence he made like 5 mistakes about stuff because he's like, well, I think this, maybe this, and then maybe this, and this might. I'm like, nope, you're wrong in every one of those. But yeah, it was just one of the typical clownfish garbage videos where they just don't. I mean, they know about some things. They know about comics. They know a little bit about video games, but I'll tell you what they don't know about is game because this guy had no clue, no clue. He was just reading the story and commenting on it as he read the story, basically. So yeah, that's that. I don't know why he linked you to the clownfish video. What's that supposed to tell you? Tell you that okay, we got a guy that knows nothing about anything that told a story
Well,
about us. You know,
pretty much, from what I understand, clownfish is like, oh, if you're anti woke, then you're what we want to cover. Listen, I am not woke. I am not anti woke. Wokeness can go screw. I don't care about it. But
well,
you
they
messed
have a
with
lot of
my
people there. Now,
hobby.
if you remember this fiasco, and this wasn't even that long ago. Remember the fiasco when Deinhardt / Wonderfield was teamed up with TSR, right?
Uh,
And they were like, "Hey,
one and all, yes.
we're offering copies of Wonderfield's Giant Lands for $120." And people were like, "Yeah, man, I want to support TSR, so I'm going to send you $120. I don't even care what the game's about. I'm going to buy 5 copies because I want to support you guys because I hate WotC so much." And then when they split up, when they said, "Okay, we decided to go our own ways," then all of a sudden those people are all posting, going, "Hey, I want my money back."
Give me my money back, dude, because
Because I thought I was supporting TSR. I don't know who this Deinhardt dude is or Giant
yeah.
Lands.
Who,
I was just
who the
doing
hell
this
is
to just.
Wonderfilled? Isn't that like fucking Hostess Twinkies or something like that?
I just wanted to stick it to the man. I didn't know. I didn't really care about any of this. So yeah, that's. Oh dear God.
Mike,
I'd forgotten about. I almost forgot about that.
well, Mike, I mentioned this on a video earlier today, but I will repeat this. Um, when it comes to the Gygax Memorial Fund being mentioned in the fundraiser of the Indiegogo as any excess funds or leftover funds will go
Oh
to
yeah.
support the
Okay. Yeah.
Gygax Memorial Fund. The Gygax Memorial Fund president said, fuck no, we're not taking any of those monies. We were never consulted and we
It
don't
was never
support.
going to go there. That was just it was a buzzword to make people get all
Of
happy. Like, oh,
course.
it's going to the GaiaX Moral Fund. The fund that hasn't done anything in 10 years. It's going to go to that fund. Oh, great. Well, let's just take the money, tear it up, and flush it down the toilet. Well, actually, now that Paul's in charge, maybe something will actually be done. But yeah.
It
But,
actually might go somewhere. Listen, I'm not going to say I would give money to the Gygax Memorial Fund at this point, and I'd love to see something happen from it.
uh,
And Paul might be
they've got
able to
plenty of money
convince
in
me.
there already to make a memorial happen. They don't need more money by anybody.
Well, here's the thing. Paul
Supposedly.
could convince me. I'm not saying he couldn't, but I'd need him to try to convince me as opposed to
Right.
just status quo.
Sure.
I need to see action. I need to see something actually happen with it, not just wheels
Right.
spinning. I'm hopeful, and I am not a hopeful individual over most things, but I'm hopeful with this one. But TSR, I'm not
Well,
hopeful with.
he's going to get. He has more of a chance to get anything done than Gail does because Gail wasn't going to get anything done.
Oh, no, Gail had nothing going on.
No.
Gail was like, yeah, I'm gonna sell bricks. 5 years ago, 6 years
I
ago.
want the statue at a part of the park that they won't let him build a statue, and I'm going to hold on to that. Damn it, for 10 years.
Because I'm important. You know what? None of us are important, and
They
that
don't care.
goes
They
for
didn't care about
myself.
Gail.
Yeah, they don't care about Gail. They don't care
They
about
no,
Mike,
they didn't care.
myself, Lanasa. None of us. We are cogs in a wheel. But my God.
So this is it's just like I said. I don't know how much money the Indiegogo's made now. $800-900. whatever.
Hold on. I actually looked it up. It was like 1,500.
They're doing pretty good then.
Yeah.
Good man. That's a nice little paycheck for a month of no work. Just saying, hey man, we're pissed. This,
Here,
I mean,
I will look it up right now.
the staggering level of
And
ignorance of people who post after that clownfish video, that absolute staggering level of ignorance. The people were like, yeah, man, I hope you sue
$1,561 as
WotC.
we record
I
this.
hope you sue WotC and take all their money.
Yeah, good luck.
I'm just like, oh dear. Oh dear.
I've got $1,561. WotC, you've got Hasbro money, but I don't even have.
Hey, that's
money,
one
right?
that's 1 month rent on the tattoo parlor. Probably. I mean, that's not a bad
Yeah,
deal.
probably.
He could
All
probably
right.
keep this going a long time. He could keep this going a while, I would think.
You know what? And I'm not saying this to be mean, but it's probably more money than the museum has raised this year.
Well, yeah, because they've been closed probably since September. I mean, it's cold. It gets cold in Lake Geneva in the winter.
Well,
So yeah,
because
probably gets.
they haven't been, as per Ernie, they weren't open, only by appointment. So how much is the museum making? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not much.
Well, but they got 10 grand from the city council. I mean, where's that money?
No,
Or they still
no, it's
haven't
from
got that money yet.
no, it was for the city council. It was from the Lake Geneva Chamber of Commerce,
Historical something or something. Yeah.
something like that. But and listen, I know somebody's gonna say, "Oh, Tenkar, you're obsessed." Well, they already said this. You're obsessed with TSR. All right, I will say
How
this out
dare you?
loud. I've already said this in comments. Threaten me with legal action, and you will always be in my vision. I don't lose that.
Right.
So yes, and here's the thing: everything I'm posting, everything I'm talking about right now, it's backed by web pages. I will share these
Yeah.
pages. They will be in the show notes for this. You're gonna be able to look and go, "Oh shit, Eric and Mike were not lying about this, and this." TSR can spin it as they fucking want. I don't give a shit how Justin and the rest spin it. I don't care how their official voice of TSR spins it. The reality is, I don't fucking know what they're defending. I
Yeah.
what I don't know what the end game is, and I'm being honest. I don't know what the end game
It's
of
not
this
worth
is.
$1,500. I mean, you say, well, the end game is he's grifting people a lot of money, but it's not worth $1,500. That their lawyer probably costs that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure their lawyer probably costs more than that. I mean, so it's not worth what they're making for it. That's what I'm saying. We don't get the end game. If you know the end game, let us know. Because if
There's
you
a
figure it out,
60-day funding period. And remember, now this has been pointed out. I pointed this out. I'll point it out again. It's flexible funding on Indiegogo. So the
you give the
moment
money,
you
it's
give
gone.
them, you give them the money, it is gone. It is done. They don't have to hit their $50,000 goal. They can hit 2,000 and go, woohoo! I got $2,000.
Yeah,
that's how flexible funding goes.
Yeah, whatever
So
you give them, it's gone.
funding.
So you can't decide 2 months later this doesn't sound right. And wait a second, this doesn't make any sense. They didn't bring WotC to court. I want my money back. No, too late. Not gonna happen.
Didn't sue WotC for slander and libel. No.
Hey, wait, they didn't sue WotC. Oh, damn it.
Technically, this isn't even a lawsuit. This is a legal action over a trademark dispute, and they are looking for a summary judgment to give them the rights to trademarks they've already abandoned. Brilliant in some ways.
How do you? Well, and we had a Twitter lawyer today who was either IP or acquisitions lawyer who broke this case down by the filing, and man, he was brutal.
He was good though.
He was absolutely brutal. He was brutal because he was.
I will link
this
that
lawsuit's
too
going to get
dismissed
immediately. Yeah, it's because first of all, it's filed in the wrong state. They're going to look because there's a chance they look at this and go refile and just throw it back and say, "Nah, they're." So where are you based in? You're based in Wisconsin. Where is the company based in? Washington. Where was this filed? North Carolina? No.
Well, and why was it
I
filed
mean,
in North Carolina?
They can just do that. It's gone.
Right.
It's
Why was it filed? Because the law firm in question is located in North Carolina. So I understand the convenience factor, but convenience does not have much to do with the law.
Right.
Sorry.
It's just,
Well,
it's funny, man. It's getting to be hilarious because it's a Christmas present we didn't ask for, but we got it anyway.
I never, and again, for any of you TSR rights, I'm going to call, and I hate to insult you by calling you TSR rights, but hey, go screw. For any of you that could be like, oh, Tenkar has a hard on for TSR. When TSR starts acting like a legitimate LLC, when they act like a legitimate company and produce product, not lawsuits, not legal threats, not social media
We love to
outrage.
see them produce something. Look, they were advertising their board game. I mean, go do your board game. Maybe, I mean, you have what was a limited edition of 500 copies or copies. That's something you could do. Apparently, they have proof of concept there. I mean, we saw unlike their Star Frontiers manuscript that they wouldn't show.
Oh, but
We actually have proof of concept with the board
they
game.
showed the character sheet. Apparently, it's a D20 modern / sci-fi. So hey,
Oh.
you know it's open game license, right? Just like Star Frontier. Oh no, not like anything like Star Frontiers.
Well, they can't use
But
the Star
hey,
Frontiers rule, so it's not going to be anything like Star Frontiers. But you know,
and they can't use the
it's a science
IP, so
fiction
it's not going to be
game.
anything like Star Frontiers.
It's a
Oh,
science
what a
fiction game
crime
called Star
fucking
Frontiers.
shame.
Yeah, it's a Star Frontier game. It's a Star Frontiers game. That's what you can say about it. That's about all you can say about it. It's a game called Star Frontiers.
I
But
mean,
yeah, at least this dungeon crawl has a. I mean, it looked to me like there was at least a mock up there or something. So churn that baby out and see and let
if
your
it
people
wasn't for the
drop
typos,
$50 on it.
right? If it wasn't for the typos,
And
and it's
hey, at
been
least you're
pointed
gonna
out,
look at if you back that, at least you get something, right? You have
well,
something in your hand.
possibly,
I mean,
we don't,
giving.
theoretically,
Yeah,
you get something. It was pointed out though on Wednesday's live stream last night that the typos there might be secondary to the typos in the Hero Quest from Hasbro. And it might very
right.
may be. There we go. But here's the thing. It's not fucking TSR. Okay, TSR has to prove themselves right now, and I'd like
Right.
to see them prove themselves. I don't really people Tenkar Mike want them to fail. I don't want them to fail. I want them to actually produce content. And if they produce
It just
content, again,
puzzles us because it's so easy. Content is not hard to produce. I mean, in
no.
today's world, it's been made very easy for you to publish something. Now, yes, 30 years ago, you had to have a print shop and this and that, whatever. You don't have to have. There's not all these barriers now to printing, and so it's not that hard to produce material. The fact they produce nothing is mind blowing.
Yeah, no, it really they've been in existence. I was threatened with legal action. I don't know last fall by Justin. So they've not been producing for at least I guess a year and a half, close to
Mm.
So if you've got I don't know 15, 18 months and you've got nothing to produce but pizza, not cheese, or something like that. If you can't produce something more than that in that time period, um, are you even in the game? I I I doubt it. I mean, I could be wrong. Prove me wrong. Let me put it to you that way. Prove me wrong. Not with
Yeah,
these
show us
lawsuits.
shit that we don't know what we're talking about. Show us your Star Frontiers game, the complete version. Show
Yeah,
us the board. I mean, publish your board game. Have Ernie write a 25-page, 24-page module. I mean, show us that you can do it. But right now, it's the same thing as always. It's hot air. It's been
yeah.
hot air for a long time.
It's the Wizard of Oz without any of the actual balls of being the Wizard of Oz. You don't have the cajones of the Wizard of Oz. You're
No,
just hiding behind a curtain saying, yeah, we'll produce stuff for tears, but here's a cover, and we sold the only. It's sold out at the museum that was closed. The museum that was closed
with two
sold
co-
out of
with
4 copies.
two whole copies, 2 whole copies. Yeah.
So I bought a copy, and Duck Leeson bought a copy. And that was it. We're done. And
We've done. We're finished. We completed our mission. 2
Come
copies, man. That's it. We're through.
on.
Yeah.
I hope
Show us
not
something.
asking too much.
I mean, look, from what they've been saying on the social media, apparently Giant Lands will come out this month. So I mean, Giant Lands is one up on these guys because they'll actually have something. I mean, Jim Ward's been working on something the last year or so, and so there's actually something there. I mean, something will be published. So they're one up on the guys. They've actually
and that's bad. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
It's bad. If Giant Lands can get to products before a company that's been in existence for well over a year, and talking about how great their products are going to be, I'm sorry. I'm not looking for failure. I'm looking for success. But all I've been shown is failure and obfuscation.
And dodging and please give us money because we're poor us and
Poor us.
us.
We're fighting them in. We're fighting Wizards of the Coast. You know what? I don't think Wizards of the Coast really is putting all that much effort into fighting you at the moment.
I don't think they care. It's like one of those things where they don't. Are they? Do they worry about it that much? I mean,
well, think about it this way: did Wizards of the Coast actually? They gave a cease and desist, right? Did they file suit against TSR? No. TSR filed suit against Wizards of the Coast. Why? To raise money. That's the only reason. Not to protect trademarks that they don't own anymore, that they abandoned. Why? Why?
Like I said, it's. I mean, why work this hard for pennies when Eric and I just had 3 good ideas that will make you $1?
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, they make $1,500. Whoopee! You'd make that 1 hour if you had a limited edition module written in old school style by Ernie with cover by Jeff Easley. You'd make that in an hour. Heck, I might buy a copy then. I'd be like, whoa, how many copies? There's only 500 copies of this? Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, I'll buy a copy. Signed for an extra 25.
Now you're raising now you're talking about you might be able to charge $50. Yeah.
But you know what? I'd have to charge Justin then for these ideas because we're actually giving you ideas on how to monetize your company.
Yeah, we shouldn't be running the company
Rift and Graft or any of the other.
We shouldn't be having better ideas than the people that work at the company.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. So, Justin, consider this. I don't know, a little personal.
I still don't understand why he sent you the. And I saw the cloud.
I don't know. Listen, I guess because hey,
look,
Clownfish supports me. That's
people
great.
Love us. Yeah, well, great.
I'm glad
there are a lot of morons because the level of intelligence in those comments was mind blowing. It was the level of the girls that thought Ernie and Luke were brothers. I mean, this is the same level of discourse in that comment section.
None of the children get along. They're all estranged. No, they're not.
Well, one of the comments said that, Ernie doesn't even work for him anymore. Ernie works for Wonderfield. I'm like, no, you're getting Ernie and Jim Ward mixed up. That's even worse than getting Luke and Ernie mixed up. And so, I don't understand why you said, here's my failure. Look, please go here. Please go to Clownfish. Clownfish never saw a controversial situation they wouldn't comment on, even if they knew nothing about that situation, because you could just read copy and then comment as you're reading the copy.
Yeah, it's sad. So sending me the Clownfish video for me to look at. I listen, Justin. I appreciate it. I know you're trying to educate me on the views.
I did due diligence. Justin, I did due diligence. Eric decided not to. I did the due diligence.
Yeah, I was busy. I had niece duties today. I actually had to do stuff. I mean, but fuck, man. I mean, Mike, God bless you. Thank you. That's why. That's why. Again, Mike is the man. I am just a face. But
we're not. We're not. See, this whole thing it's so funny because I know Eric's motives get questioned, but we think this is funny. We're not like, oh my god, we're so outraged about this. This is just so outrageous,
it's
and
hilarious.
how it's just funny.
As I stated earlier, I don't understand how TSR can step on their own fucking personal member. I'm trying to not demonetize this video. So I found certain words to do so.
Yeah,
How
keep
they
going.
can
We don't want
step,
to demonetize.
how they can step on their, oh, I could probably say penis. You know, how they can step on
Whoa,
their
yeah,
penis
that's a medical term. Yeah, definitely.
multiple times and not understand that it's like, is your personal member that dead at this point that you just don't understand that you're stepping on it? Because the ability to make money out of the old school gaming community comes down to creating content. If you can create great content, you'll probably make very good money. If you can create good content, you'll make good money. And if you can create average content, you'll make some money. But when you produce no content, you got to grift. And my personal opinion, I'm going to
Yeah,
say this,
don't. I
personal
mean, that's the
opinion,
whole
you're
thing. Is
grifting.
it's one thing if you're. I mean, why are you complaining when you haven't done anything to help yourself? You just need to help yourself. Help yourself first. Then, if you can't, then okay. Look, here's a legitimate case. TSR decides we're going to publish some old school modules. WotC comes out and says, "No, we're not going to let this happen because we're not going to let TSR publish modules." And they do a Tracy and they do a Tracy Hickman thing where they where they remember they were I don't know. I mean, at least then you'd have a case like, man, those guys are mean. WotC's not letting them do things. That's wrong. I don't think WotC cares about them
Watsy's a bully.
to the
They're
point. I don't
slandering
think
and libeling them.
they worry about them.
Come on, this is and they're slandering and libeling, but that's a further lawsuit. Well, right now we want to defend trademarks
And
that we've
they
already
can't they
surrendered.
can't even prove their lawsuit anyway because they can't even prove their lawsuit because their lawsuit is that they've slandered these older people that worked at TSR. Now they can't make any money.
Uh,
I don't
not
know.
quite.
A lot of those
That's not,
guys are still pulling down paychecks, dude. I mean, Steve
but
Winter still gets a paycheck.
that's not the lawsuit, though. The lawsuit is all about the trademarks. The next lawsuit's going to be the slander and libel lawsuit.
Sure.
This is all about defending trademarks that they've already abandoned or surrendered or have had canceled. That's what this is about. Or they haven't bothered to give a statement of use on so they can actually get the final claim on Star Frontiers. Why would they not do that? Why? Because Wizards might bat us down. So we will file suit first and hopefully get all these trademarks. Again, I can't believe
Maybe it's like the
it might be
okay. So how about
simple.
this scenario? Like there's a girl at school you really like, but you notice that she kind of likes the underdog, and so you challenge the biggest kid in school to a fight, and he beats the shit out of you. And as you're laying there, she goes, "Oh my gosh, you poor thing," and comes over to you and picks you up. Are they hoping that WotC just beats the shit out of him, and then people will go, "Oh
I
my god, poor
I don't
TSR,
know.
we need to give him money."
It
But look
could
at that,
be. It
WotC's
could be
mean.
because they're going to claim that Wizards of the Coast caused them to lose all these trademarks that they've already abandoned or haven't claimed or have had canceled. One possibly could have been a Wizards of the Coast action. The rest of the stuff is all on TSR3, new
Mm-hmm.
TSR, TSR cubed, TSR fuck beyond recognition. I don't know what you want to call yourself, but
TSR, the new era.
this hasn't been Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
It's been self-inflicted, and to raise money off of self-inflicted stepping on your penis. If I could get money for that, I might step on my penis a bit more often than I do.
Look, I'm about ready to change my model, my business model pretty quick here. I'm gonna say that WotC's kept me from publishing anything all these years. How
Oh
dare
God,
they?
watch
I need
it.
to open an Indiegogo.
They've threatened you. You know what? They might claim the trademark to Bad Mike.
Mm-hmm.
They might claim Tenkar the
Oh my
trademark.
god!
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I haven't checked lately, but they might. I need to check that. Yeah.
It could be a problem, Mike. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
you
don't know.
you you Which
My
is the cost?
Indiegogo goes up tomorrow. My Indiegogo will go up, and I
Are you
require
offering memberships
money to
to
fight this
North
court.
Texas? Mike, I want a platinum membership to North Texas. Is that the one where I get to run around naked? Or maybe
No,
not.
no, that we don't offer that one anymore.
Oh,
That's
okay. Your brother canceled that one on us. I
we had a
understand.
lot of problems with that. Yeah, that membership got abused. It got abused far too often, so we had to cancel that membership. I'm sorry. Sorry,
That's
Eric. I
okay.
know that's where you. I know that's how you
I
wanted to
know.
roll this year, but it's just not gonna happen.
Birthday suit. I was thinking about it, but Rach might not appreciate that one. I know.
No, she would not at all. I know Rachel. That's not a. Yeah, that sounds like
Yeah.
she.
So I mean, again, this is the bonus talking crit. This is something that I thought was important enough. I was like, Mike, we gotta talk about this because I can't do this one solo because this is just too much of the
Well,
bizarre.
you didn't watch the clownfish video, so you didn't do your research anyway.
No, I didn't do my
You
research.
hadn't
All
pulled
right,
it.
again, listen, I had stuff to do. I had a host
I'll
the.
give you a hard time. No, look, only one of us need to waste their time with that. You
Well,
don't need to
thank
waste
God.
your time too.
And Mike, thank God it was you. I do appreciate it. Like my hair is pretty gray as it is. I don't need to go more gray.
Oh no.
But
Mm.
again,
Nope.
for those of you who are like, oh, these guys are just obsessed with TSR. Listen, when there's an accident on the side of the road, everybody rubbernecks, right? TSR is a constant fucking rubberneck. When they stop allowing us or putting us in a position where we have to rubberneck, I'll be happy. I'd like to do. I would have liked to have done an Arduin episode tonight as a bonus or something like that. But no, I have to do this shit because I'm scratching my head because I still don't understand how they're defending stuff that they gave up.
We'd love to do a review of Dungeon Crawl. We put that out.
Yes,
we'd love to do a review of the new Star Frontiers. I mean, you know.
Well, no, I don't want to do. I don't want to do a review of that. I can guarantee you, I'm not going to enjoy that shit. But if Michael Havermile, who I have somewhat of a working relationship with, wants to send Mike or I, either one of us, not both of us, a copy of Dungeon Crawl, we will give it an honest review, and not because
we'll do it legit. We'll do it legit.
We'll do it legit. Yep. If it's good, we'll give it a great review. If it's shit, we'll give it a shit review, and if it's mediocre, we'll give it a mediocre review. But we will give it an actual review. You might be better off giving it to Mike because Mike has grandkids to test it with.
Oh yeah, we could run that. Yeah, we could roll that game. Yeah, we'd roll it definitely.
I have Rachel and my niece will probably go, it's not Dungeon. So
this doesn't sell me.
Yeah, this doesn't sell me like this cover does.
This doesn't sell me like the cover did.
No. So I think we did a pretty good job covering this, though, Mike. And again,
well, we'll see what happens. This thing seems to keep changing every day. So
yes,
or every
if
day.
you
so
are
we'll
a trademark lawyer, if you are a lawyer that understands trademarks, please comment on this video.
I don't know if you saw. Well, I don't know if you saw the comments, but Alex Kamer said he would not mind jumping on with us about this.
Really? Okay.
Yes, he said in one of the comments on his page, I mentioned that we did a show on it. He said, "Oh, I wouldn't mind jumping on there and talking about this. This is something I know about."
Well,
like, I wish we'd known that, but we would have had you jump on.
We already had a special guest,
but we need to have him on for a couple, half an hour or so to
and
take
listen,
us through this.
And honestly, with Alex, we could always do a special episode. As long as we know a day in advance, we can advertise it. Alex is a great guest. I'd be happy to jump
he knows this stuff. He's one of the most successful lawyers in Wisconsin. So yes, he knows his shit. And he knows games, so it's perfect. Perfect.
So on that note, I think Mike and I will wrap this up.
Yes.
Holy shit! Thank you for joining us. Thank you for this special edition.
I can't wait. I can't wait for tomorrow's show. Do you have Glenn or Joe on tomorrow?
I got Joe, I think.
Oh,
okay, yes.
Well,
and Joe's gonna be like, I'm a lawyer, but I'm not touching any of this shit.
No, he's too smart, man. He will not.
He's too smart for the rest of us. Folks, we're in the midst of the world of COVID. As always, use your common sense. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. And I'll be back tomorrow with an 8 p.m. live stream. Mike and I will be back next week at 8 p.m. unless we have another special episode, because
I think so.
we love you all.
But you never know. But if we get Alex to, maybe we get Alex to pop on.
We'll work around his schedule. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thank you very much.